Once it comes to election, that's when you begin to see all the parties talking about net migration, cutting down net migration, and so on. This has been a regular thing in the UK for the past 13 to 14 years of my life in this country. And even apart from that, from a research, and I also filmed a video about that recently, this has been going on in the last 3 decades. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're seeing this beautiful face for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate it. Let's quickly dive right into today's video. And we know lots of people are currently panicking now, asking, oh Fajira, do I have to stay in the UK for 15 years to become a British citizen? Or 10 years and so on, guys? One of the things I need you to understand is that when it comes to election, that's when you see all the parties trying to say what they want to do. And I think in the past 2-3 years, I've been on this channel talking about UK immigration and so on. One of the things I need you to understand is that when it comes to election, that's when you see all the parties trying to say what they want to do. And I think in the past 2-3 years, I've been on this channel talking about UK immigration and so on. And if you have been following the trend, you will see that it has become regular. Like everybody wants to cut down net migration once they're in power. Now, one thing I want you to know is that even when the Labour started their campaign, they didn't start with cutting net migration because they knew that that was what the British people want to hear. That's what the public want to hear. And they now added that to their plans. From the 5 points, you say indefinite leave to remain to move from 5 to 10 years. And for you to get a British citizenship, even when you've gotten your indefinite leave to remain, it's going to be moved from 12 months to 5 years. Citizenship now is 5 years. Illegal migrants, automatic ban. Overstayers, automatic ban. Claim social benefits, ban. Have criminal record, ban. Now, one of the things I want us to understand when it comes to election, politics, and so on in the UK, they know that one of the biggest problems is immigration, net migration, both legal and illegal. And just to remind us that on daily basis, the UK receives, I would say, a minimum of 200-300 illegal migrants. Now, apart from that, on daily basis, on weekly basis, hundreds and thousands of visas are approved, which means that UK is one of the top countries in Europe that have been accepting a lot of migrants, both illegal and legal migrants. For those who have been panicking by what Kemi have said, remember, when it comes to election, it comes to politics, people want to say everything to make everyone vote for them. Immigration has been a problem in the UK. I used to think it was a problem when we first came in, but from my findings, from my research, and from publications I've read, they've had this problem over 30 years ago. So it's not a new problem. For those who are currently worried about the situation of things after Kemi mentioned what the Tories are about to do, remember that the Tories are not the one in power now. We are all aware that the current government deports illegal migrants and people that their asylum claim it was not accepted. I think they have about 2 times application or thereabout. If it's still not approved, they deport them on daily basis. So my suggestion to this is that do not panic. Just make sure that you're still doing everything right to keep you in this country legally. I've always said on this platform that the problem people we have is when you become illegal. And just in case you come and you say seek asylum, remember that the asylum route is not as easy as it used to be in the UK in the past. So if you have moved to the UK legally and you have chosen to seek asylum, you're looking at 20 years to even get your stay. Now, if they have to implement all of this, then you should be looking at 30-40 years, which I strongly believe that this is not going to be implemented. The Conservative, they want more votes. They've been in power for the past 15 years, and bearing in mind that in as much as they've been in power for this past 15 years, they have been talking about cutting net migration. They were talking about it, COVID came, they brought up more opportunities for care workers. On a normal day, would we even think that coming to the UK as a care worker would be easy? Nobody will even think of that, because when I came to the country, it's either you're coming to study, and even when you're studying, to even get a job with visa sponsorship was a big thing, not as common as it is now. So even at that time, they were talking about cutting net migration, which led to we not being able to get post-study work visa. I came in September. Post-study work visa was removed in April of that year before I even came. Bearing in mind that my admission was for January and I deferred to September. I was one of those that was affected with that new rules of not getting post-study work visa. They did that to cut net migration. After a few years, they now wanted more people to come to study, and at the same time they said, okay, if you come to study in the UK, you are eligible for post-study work visa. Now the door was opened again for people to come in. So one of the things UK do, which for me I think is a good thing, is that when they bring out a new rules like this, they experiment it to see if it's going to impact negatively or positively on the economy and so on. Now when they found out that the post-study work, we still need people, they opened the door for people to come. Now people started coming, and after that COVID came. Next thing, they opened the door for healthcare workers, care workers. Don't pay IHS, don't pay, subsidized visa fee, just to attract more healthcare workers to the UK. Now, do you think that the same country will want to say, let's move this to 10 years or 15 years? Remember, the UK is always recruiting healthcare workers. These are people that come to the UK to work in the health sector or the social care sector. Now, if this law is passed, then that means a lot of healthcare workers will go to other countries to work. Now, once they see that it has started happening like that, let's assume that the Conservative wins the election and this is what they have said they are going to do. Now, people will start looking elsewhere, right? Now, once they observe that people are not looking to the UK again, they will come back and say, okay, we need more people. So there are certain information that you should hear and you should not even panic. I also still remember when the UK talked about, okay, if you're studying, you can switch to a skilled worker visa before the completion of your studies. They did this for 6 months. I think this was done in 2023 February to July 2023. They say, you know what, guys, you can no more switch, because a lot of students were switching without completing their studies. Now, so from 2023 July till date, if you have not completed your studies, you cannot switch. So when it comes to the UK law, there are certain things they put into practice first. They will not just wake up and say, we don't want this to happen or we want this to happen. Parliament is also discussing it as well. They may not fully implement this. One of the things you need to know, for those who came in as care workers in the last 2-3 years, I just pray that everything keeps moving so that you can get your indefinite leave to remain in the next 2-3 years, because they have mentioned this. Trust me, even if Conservative does not win the election, the party that will win wants to pick out 1 or 2 things from what they have said to see how they can pass it into law, because they know that net migration has been a problem in the UK. And you could see a lot of feedback, what the British people are saying, what the immigrants are saying. Like, I would say some people are happy about it and some are not happy about it. But just whatever you're doing, just make sure you're doing the right thing. Don't become an overstayer. Don't do anything that will make your indefinite leave to remain will not be approved. Make sure that your last 24 months history at your place of work is still intact, your pay slips and everything, just to show that you're still working before you're due for your indefinite leave to remain application. I just hope that nothing changes between now and the next few years. But the reason I'm sharing this video is that in my last 13 to 14 years in this country, you will see rules that even the present government will pass today. The next day, you're waking up to, we were just trying it, we have tried it, but this is not working well for the British people, and now we want to change it. Guys, please like and share this video with your friends and loved ones, especially those who are panicking over this new trending video. Now, just know that the UK government is one government that, before they even put any rules in place, they usually try it to see how far it will go. And if it's something that is okay, they stick to it. Now, not coming with dependents as a student started in January last year. Just this January made a year. They are still going to review it. Bearing in mind that if you're coming for masters in research, you can still come with your dependents. So The requirement to even gain admission in masters in research is almost same requirements you will even need for your masters. So if I am overseas and I want to really relocate with my family, I will look for a school that accepts masters in research, so I will be able to come with my dependents. I've seen a lot of people move into the UK recently, especially this January start, with their dependent. They came to do masters in research. So just calm down when you hear some certain news. It's not all news that you hear, oh, this one, oh, that one. Just calm down. Honestly, if it's UK that you want to migrate to this year, you will still migrate and you still get your citizenship. But now, we don't know the party that will win the election. But remember, once there is election, once they need people to vote, they start coming up with things. Like they start coming up. And one of the things they come up with is immigration, because this is what the British people are complaining of. So they bring out so many things to make sure that the British people believe that if this party wins, this is what they are going to do. If this party wins, this is what they are going to do. So calm your nerves, okay? This is not when to panic. Kemi has said what she wants to do. But at the moment, the Conservative is still not in power. It's the Labour Party. But like I said, any party that is in power, I want to pick out one or two things from what she has said to see how they can implement it, or any party that will win in the future. So just do what you're doing and just make sure that towards the end of your 5 years and you want to apply for your indefinite leave to remain, make sure that you have met all the requirements, so that at the point you're applying, you're sure that you've met all the requirements. And if you have not started practicing for your live in UK test, you've spent up to 2-3 years in the UK, I don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure you start practicing. I have seen somebody that couldn't pass the test and missed applying for indefinite leave to remain. Don't wait until they have tightened the requirements before you start preparing. You have to pass 18 out of 24. Don't wait until they say you have to pass 24/24 or 23/24 before it will meet the requirement for indefinite leave to remain. So this has been flying. My viewers, my subscribers, some have inboxed, some have left comments in my videos. Say, oh, Fajira, I don't want to talk about what is happening. What do you think is going to happen? Guys, nothing yet has changed. Until the election is done, the winning party will now decide on what they want to do and how they want to implement it. But not everything you see should make you panic. Yeah, I know it's annoying that you have to stay for this number of years and so on. But guys, I was also a victim of one of the rules. I had to go back to Nigeria and came back again because I didn't want to be an overstayer at the point I was completing my masters, because I was not post-study and I felt really bad. But you know what? I have to abide to the rules. So, but I'm not saying this is going to be implemented. It's just a recommendation. It's just to let the public know that this is what we want to do. This is what we want to do, to get more people to support them to do it. But they may even get into power and may not be able to do any of that. They've been there for like 15 years ago. So calm down, get a glass of water and drink and just hope for the best, okay? So guys, this brings us to the end of today's video. For everyone that have said, Fajira, you have to talk about it. Yeah, this is it. Nothing have changed at the moment. Everything is still the same. Once there is any changes, trust me, your girl, I will always come here and update you. So please like, share, and also subscribe and join our beautiful family. Until I see you in my next video, do take care of yourself. Thank you very much for watching.